It's time for an adventure. A paper adventure. You see, while a lot of 3D platformers rely on mascots, combat and collectibles, Origament thrives on the atmosphere it creates throughout your journey, and the subtle message that may not be obvious at first glance. Developed by Space Source Studio, Origament, a paper adventure is a cozy take on a tried and tested 3D platformer formula. While this game has elements consistent with some of the most well-known and successful 3D platformers, the worlds in which you travel make Origament something truly unique and special. There are no bad guys, animals to rescue or worlds to save in this game, but there are more than a few hazards and challenges along the way. Origament, a paper adventure starts with a beautifully animated narrative slideshow, showing a young boy writing a secret letter filled with hope, wonder and imagination. We're told that some letters never find their way, especially ones where the destination feels out of reach and impossible. However, on this cold winter evening, the innocence of youth has proved to be a magical thing. The letter has come to life, flown out of the mailbox, and directly toward our origami cat companion. While the opening is brief, there are definitely subtleties within the drawings, and I may be using a bit of my own imagination here, but the drawing of the cat on the boy's envelope appears to suggest that our friendly feline guide is a manifestation from the boy himself. We play as the letter in this game, taking guidance from the cat and bottled messages strewn throughout the levels. A brief tutorial explains our power to transform into 4 different origami art pieces, each with their own abilities. The scrunched up ball, used for rolling along flat pathways and moving weighted platforms into place, the paper aeroplane to fly over obstacles or from platform to platform, the sailing boat to glide gracefully across the waterways, and the shuriken to smash through blockades, scare away fireflies and engage with buttons, all of which we can switch between at the tap of a button. The hub world of the game shows us several mirrored portals, with only one being accessible from the start. Completing each level rewards you with a colored origami star that is the key to open the next portal. I found every single portal led to a world that has its own individuality, personality and vibe. Each one follows a singular path with limited deviation and a fixed dynamic camera that cannot be adjusted manually. You will follow the path, avoiding obstacles such as the red growths, torches and fiery pits. On your journey you will collect coins, and there are some hidden areas to pick up extra coins. These coins can be used in the store part of the hub world for additional skins for your letter, as well as some delightful origami instructions and maps for things that you can make at home. These include the forms in which your letter takes, such as the shuriken, the sailboat and the paper plane, as well as some additional origami pieces like the fox and the jet fighter, although I was slightly disappointed that we couldn't use these forms in the game. So let's have a look at some of these worlds then. Some which really stood out to me were the old Venice rooftops, where the European inspired streets come to life thanks to the shimmering waters made in Unreal Engine 5, the futuristic neon Tron-like world, where there's more of a focus on rhythmic timing to avoid the dangers, using the air vents to propel the paper plane across to the end, and of course the western themed world where we start in the underground mines, jumping across rail carts and smashing through spiders' webs, onto the very Red Dead Redemption reminiscent saloon scenes, where the objective is to avoid the bandits covertly while using the elements to encourage them away. All of the worlds are brilliantly constructed, but this one by far has a stunning attention to detail. Each world ends with a winding spiral path in the style of a clock face. The theme of time travel isn't initially obvious, but becomes more apparent the more we appear to travel through different eras from the hub world, something that I didn't fully appreciate the significance of until we reached the final world. A timeless setting which will tug at the heartstrings of millions. An idyllic and almost dreamlike Christmas scene, perfectly constructed from every child's imagination. I really enjoyed this game throughout, but at this point I was able to truly appreciate what a magical experience it was. The puzzles within the worlds are light, and while not overly challenging, are certainly engaging enough to keep players entertained while maintaining the game's relaxing theme. While I have seen that this game has been somewhat divisive among players and critics for its brevity and simplicity, I would argue that the charm of Origament lies within the atmosphere generated from the worlds built within. This isn't a game for speedrunners, completionists or hardcore gamers, rather it's a game for the senses, to be experienced and savoured. I enjoyed the fact that the story itself is kept brief. What may be interpreted to some as vague, I personally saw as broad and open to interpretation. Some may find the fact that we never actually learn the content of the boy's letter to be unsatisfying. But to me, we shouldn't know that. As children, we are taught that our wishes, be it to Santa Claus, shooting stars, or wishing wells, should be kept a secret. And as adults, we often learn that we experience the most personal growth from our journeys, as much as we do from the destination we're headed towards. The main story took about 3 hours for me to complete, but that time can be extended to collect all the coins. There are optional time trial challenges within each level, but they are not essential for completing the game or unlocking everything from the store. Plus, the hidden collectibles being displayed on the shelf in the hub world is a lovely little touch. Obviously, I am going to recommend that you play this game and experience it for yourself, but would I play this game again from the start? Yes, absolutely. In fact, I might even save it as a little Christmas present for me.